So yeah, these are the rules basically. Since some of us here are the some of us here are trial students, so yeah, they say it's compulsory to turn on your video, that kind of thing. But I have no idea why. Like when students go to Sec 3, right, and Sec 4, suddenly like they don't want people to look at their face anymore. Okay, so a lot of like sometimes like students will turn off their videos, that kind of thing. But anyway, please make sure your name is correct. Use the chat function if you'd like to ask a question, answer a question, or share feedback. If there's anything urgent, just raise your hand or just unmute yourself. Just let me know you need to go to the toilet or something. Please inform me if you need to go to the toilet, right? And then return as soon as you can. Be respectful to all students and teachers in the class. All right, next. So today, let's have a look at editing. Now, some common editing questions that I normally get is that for editing there are 10 questions, right? So my students say, Mr. Joel, out of the 10 questions, we only have two lines that actually are ticks, so no errors, and then the rest is an error, right? So they ask me, what happens if I tick all 10? Do I get 2 marks out of 10? So the answer is no. You get 0 upon 10. Okay, there's no such thing as ticking all the blanks and then you get 2 upon 10. All right, they need you to specifically tick 2 only. If you tick all 10, you don't get 2 marks, you get 0. All right. So even if you can't find what the errors are, right, don't be a smart aleck and tick 3. Put 3 ticks in or whatever. Don't do that, please. The moment you put 3 ticks, right, all your ticks are considered wrong. Okay, just keep it at 2 ticks, and those that you really can't find the errors for, just leave it blank if you can't find it. All right, so that you don't lose out that 2 ticks over there, because they could very well be correct. Yeah. Yeah, so some students are very creative. They ask me if they tick everything, right, what happens? So don't tick everything. All right, the Ministry of Education is not dumb. They know how you students might try to circumvent the requirement to tick 2 by ticking all 10. Yeah. However, though, if you don't put any ticks, okay, that's the opposite. If you don't put any ticks at all, and for each line you find an error, we will not penalize you. Okay, we will, if let's say you manage to find the all 8 errors, and you even found errors that are not there for the lines that are supposed to be ticked, right? We will still give you 8 upon 10. Okay, that's a different story. Yeah. So for this part, yeah, I think some of you actually gave me the answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I have the answers from Saron, Javier, and TE. All right, I would like everyone else though who hasn't answered to give it a go. Right, try it out. So Nicholas printed the paper out. No worries. Okay, you can do it there. And in the meantime, Saron, Javier, and TE, right? You guys have done it. Okay, so do your best, Larissa. Oh, Nicholas is already done as well. Okay, good. So for the 4 of you who are already done, I would like you to consider today's formal writing. I see that only TE has completed today's formal writing. So have a look at this. Let me find where the question is. Okay, there we go. This is the question. All right, so this is the poster. Outward Bound Singapore, 4-day, 3-night camp. Come join us for a fun-filled, meaningful, and educational experience. Many exciting outdoor adventures and activities are waiting for you. And then you have 3 of these different activities that you might experience during the camp. So this is your stimulus, right? It's the data given to you. In your writing, in the situational writing, can you copy words from this? Yes, you can. Can you copy phrases from this? Not recommended. Okay, but if you are desperate, okay, sure. But you will get penalized for your language. Can you copy whole sentences from this? No. The moment you do that, right, you'll be penalized too much and it wouldn't even be worth it anymore. Okay, so you can extract individual words out of this. You can use your own words, or rather you are encouraged to use your own words to change it. All right, so maybe, like words like experience over here, the one on top here in orange, right? You can change it to adventures, right? Fun filled, you could change it to exciting, unique experience could be once in a lifetime. You can change it to something else. Um, and the thing is for your writing, right, whether it's situational or compo, there's no word limit. So if you change one word to 4 words, no big deal. But in summary writing, if you change one word in the main passage into your summary writing as 4 words, right, that's a big deal. You might fail. Okay? So encourage to rephrase, all right? And this is your situational writing task. So the OBS is an organization that provides outdoor education and adventure learning programs for youth. Your school principal has decided to send Sec 3 students for a 4-day, 3-night OBS camp at the end of the year. OBS has given your principal a brochure detailing 3 activities that they offer. And who are you? You are the president of the student sports committee. And your principal has asked you to help decide on the preferred activities for the Sec 3 students. The activities chosen must develop their skills and values in students and should be enjoyable for everyone. And you will present your choices to your principal, teachers, and Sec 3 students in the form of a speech. So this is speech writing. All right. So Saron, Javier, and TE and Nicholas, all right, do consider how you might write this out. In fact, you might start writing it now. TE has um, actually submitted his as well, but TE, yours is not in the form of a speech. All right, you got to be careful. They ask you to write a speech. It sounds like you are writing more of a report at the beginning as well, and it's actually quite short. So you might want to consider. Let me have a look. What are we gonna? Okay, so you have listed, so for TE, right, you have listed down the reasons for why you chose that particular activity, but it's not in the form of a speech. Remember, at the end of the speech, you have to thank everyone for listening, and you have to reiterate or you have to repeat what you want them to do again. And in this case, it's to pick that activity that you have actually recommended. And also at the beginning, please begin with greeting everyone, right? Like good afternoon, principals, teachers, and fellow Sec 3 students, that kind of thing. And then introduce yourself, right? If you don't introduce yourself in a speech, they won't know who's this fella who's standing on the stage, like who is he or who is she to come and tell us all about this kind of thing. Right? You need to introduce yourself. So in terms of your content, T, it's very good, excellent. But you need to write it in the correct format. If you write it in the wrong format, right, you will lose so many points, all right, for the content segment of your marks. All right, so think about that. Oh, okay, no problem, T. I will show you more of an example later. All right, and then for the rest of the students, I will give you 10 minutes to complete this editing. All right, you should be able to access the website, the PowerPoint slides online. You should be able to see it. So for this editing exercise, please attempt it. And in 10 minutes, I will go through the answers for everyone. All right. So in the meantime, T, you just, maybe you can just sit back and relax a little bit while the rest finish their editing. So time now is 7:44. I will share the answers at 7:54. All right, it's a good opportunity for you to see how well you are doing with your editing so far. This is not a difficult editing exercise. This is like the O-level standard, or I might even say easier than the O-level standard. Okay, So Nicholas, I really like that you began the speech appropriately and that you closed the speech appropriately as well. Um, Let me just check the requirements for the speech writing very quickly. Let's see. So over here, what did it say? Okay, decide on the preferred activities. Oh, okay. Sorry, TE. Yeah, you are right. It's supposed to be the activities. So it's more than one. So you can choose more than one. So suggest two activities found in the brochure that are beneficial, one other activity not found. Explain how each of the activities will meet desired objectives of the camp. Okay, so the both of you are right in picking two activities from the brochure and suggesting one additional one. All right, that's good. Uh, yeah. So in terms of content, right, I think you have fulfilled the point forms. Room for improvement would be to consider why you did not pick the third activity in the poster as well. Okay, because they gave you three activities in the poster, right? So to be convincing, you don't simply tell people which are the two that you think is good. You also need to show them that you have thought things through carefully, such that the other one that wasn't picked is actually not beneficial, and give reasons for that as well. So if you did that, I think it would boost your content points up. Um, at the same time, um, the alternate um, the alternate activity that you pick, right, needs to be relevant to the requirement that your principal wants. So in that case, it needs to build values and bonding, that kind of thing. So Nicholas, I think you did very well for that because you suggested like the escape room activity, and I think you know it's something that is less physical and more of like brain-based kind of thing. So that lends an interesting element to the activities that they will go for the Sec 3 camp. Um, and yeah, for T's suggestion, I like it as well, the kayaking one. That's definitely something that can bring people together for team building. Uh, and so it fits the requirements too. So good. For Nicholas, some language errors here and there. Yeah. Nothing major that affects meaning, but um, do keep in mind or do take note that you might be penalized for these types of errors. So take for example, um, you said and she also been involved for them. So after a lot of time, use that these three are to the rest. Okay, so you said the Outward Bound Singapore poster had two activities that stuck to me. So we normally don't say stuck to me. Normally we say that stuck in my mind, or you can say had two activities that struck me as being useful, or that struck me as being valuable, that kind of thing. So in terms of like expression, do be careful. Um, and also, one thing, I'm not sure why, it seems like in your speech you are speaking to the Sec 3 students only, Nicholas. You got to be careful because you're also speaking to the principal and the teachers as well. But in your speech, you use the word you a lot. You can learn useful skills. You will be surprised at your own ability, that kind of thing. The rough building activity forces you. Uh, so and so forth. The escape room forces you to think outside the box. Um, but your principal and your teachers are there too. So instead of using like a second person speech, using you all the time, what you can do is you actually use the actual term. Like Sec 3 students can.